Hola amigos, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Emma Bennet and I wanted to talk to you today about my non-fiction book. Reader, I tweeted him a writer's guide to social media marketing on Twitter X, and in particular about how much it actually cost me to produce this book. So welcome to my garden. I wanted to make the most of the fact that it is still warm enough to be able to film out here, but it's been about 2 hours that I have been attempting to film. We have had lawnmowers, there's now something going on overhead, but we've had helicopters, we've had kids screaming, we've had birds swooping at me, we've now got an angry wasp situation around here, which I'm trying to be very brave about, and 2 rather large dogs wandering around who are probably going to cause some kind of mayhem in a minute. So this has not been easy, but we battle through because always professionalism. Okay, that's what you get on this channel, that is what you expect, and I will not let my viewers down. Anyway, so my book, Reader, I tweeted him. It came out a couple of weeks ago, and I personally find it really, really interesting when authors kind of give a little bit of information about how much it costs to produce their self-published books, because you can spend an absolute fortune. You can spend thousands and thousands of pounds on beautiful covers, on developmental edits and copy edits and proofreaders and professional beta readers. Can you see Paris in the background there? Paris, what are you doing? Paris, I'm filming. Babe, come on. You kidding me? I don't know. We're just, if I move a little bit like this, can we block him out? No, because he's going to move then. Paris, can you get out of shot? Thanks, I appreciate it. Cool. Anyway, it is possible to spend a huge amount, and a lot of authors don't have that huge amount of money to spend. So I think it's a case of looking at individual cases and seeing not only how much money there is available to spend on producing a book, but also how much money is necessary to spend given the type of book that you are going to be publishing. So in the case of my book Reader, I tweeted him. I was asked to write this book by some viewers who had been enjoying my social media for authors playlist on this channel, which I will link down in the description below. They wanted some more information, and like me, they enjoy things in written form. So I was like, why not? I've never written a non-fiction book before. This will be fun. And so I wrote the first draft of it during Camp NaNoWriMo in April, at the same time as I wrote the first draft of my book about winning NaNoWriMo, which is going to be out in just a couple of days, which is very exciting as well. So really, I wrote 2 non-fiction books. The first time I've ever attempted a non-fiction book, so me being me, I wrote 2. Anyway, it's a very short guide to Twitter. It is especially for writers who understand the need to be on this social media platform, understand that it can do a lot for you as an author, for your books, for your author brand, if you like, but who don't want to spend their lives on social media, who don't want to be tweeting 50 times a day, just want to be doing what they need to do. Paris again. This dog is always him, it's never Hector. What are you even doing? Anyway, I was saying, yeah, for writers who want to be able to get the most out of Twitter with very little effort. That is the aim for this guide. It's for people who do not have a lot of time. So that is why it is short. There is a lot of information packed into those few pages. There's no waffle. I can't stand it when you just want to get to the point of a book and there's just way too much waffle that doesn't need to be there. There isn't any waffle in this book. It is absolutely straight to the point. So it's a short book. And There will be a paperback version of it very soon, but at the moment it is just an ebook version. But like I say, very soon there will be a paperback. I did not expect this book to sell many copies. As it happens, yesterday it did actually receive a bestseller flag on Amazon.com, which was really, really lovely. I haven't had many on .com actually, more on .co.uk and bizarrely Australia. My books do well in Australia, but I'm not sure that I've had many on Amazon.com. So that was really lovely and unexpected. But my point being, I didn't expect to sell a lot of this little book. I was producing it as a guide for people who had asked for it and because I hoped that it would be useful. I wanted it to look good, but I did not expect it to sell very well or to bring in a lot of money. Therefore, from a business point of view, it did not make sense for me to hire an expensive cover designer and to do a load of editing, especially because it's like I say, it's a very short book. There's not all that much to edit compared to, you know, like a 75,000 word novel. So the short answer to how much money I spent producing this book is pretty much £0. And when I say that, I don't want people to think that I don't understand the importance of editors. I'm a freelance developmental editor myself. I'm so sorry about Paris. He's just cracking me up. And, you know, a good cover is so important. And there are some fantastic cover designers out there that are some brilliant professional proofreaders and professional beta readers and so many people that are so necessary to a lot of authors. It is just in this particular case, I did not want to spend the money on a book which I did not really believe would be bringing in a lot of income. It just did not make sense for me. And with what I had available to me, I knew that I could still produce a good product that would serve the needs of the people who wanted to read this book. So to begin with the editing, as I say, I edit it myself. It is hard to edit your own work, and in general, particularly if you're writing fiction, I do recommend an editor. And my editor at my publishing company for my contemporary romance books is completely amazing. And I absolutely love working with her. And with my book that is coming out for Christmas this year, Christmas Truths, I was completely stuck writing that. I did not know where I had gone wrong, but I knew that something wasn't right. And she was amazing and pointed out exactly where I'd gone wrong, steered me right, and it is now a much, much better manuscript because of her. So editors, completely awesome. I just didn't use one in this particular case. Edit it myself. I did use beta readers. I used 5 beta readers. I am incredibly lucky that I know a lot of authors, and what I tend to do is I swap beta reading with them. So I have a few people who we check over each other's works, we give feedback on each other's work, and that works fantastically, not just from the point of view of me getting feedback, but it is also such a useful practice as an author to be reading other people's work and to be thinking about it critically. I find it so valuable to do that. So that is what I did in forms of kind of editing and proofreading and things like that. I do have Grammarly installed on my laptop, so that did pick up some errors for me as well, but I have gone through it, you know, multiple times myself, and like I say, I've got readers who are completely awesome and will point out spelling and grammatical errors if they spot them as well. But of course, I maintain that any mistakes in that book are completely down to me and not anybody else. So then cover design, I am not great with kind of design things at all, but again, it did not make sense for me to hire a cover designer. And even using one of the companies which produce very good covers quite cheaply, I just didn't think that money was that it was sensible to spend that money. So what I did, I'm used to using Canva for thumbnails and things like that. So I actually got a free trial of Canva Pro. which is really, really cool. And I'm considering keeping it on after the trial because I am loving using it. And I designed the cover myself, and I was really proud of myself. When I finished that cover and I looked at it, I thought, do you know what? That doesn't look too bad at all. And I did that myself, and it was a really nice feeling. I've never done anything like that before. I had feedback from that's a pigeon now. That's a pigeon like dive bombing things. Like, what is going on today? Seriously. Anyway, I had a lot of feedback from writer friends who I sent the cover to, and they came back with suggestions and things like that. The title, which I absolutely love, that came from my sister, the main part of it. Reader, I tweeted him. And then the subtitle, which has got all those important keywords in, so important for SEO. That was basically, I came up with some ideas and then I passed them around to some friends and they came back to me, and it was great. There was a lot of brainstorming. So again, it's author friends who are, that's Paris now hitting the table that my thing is on. Are you just going to chill now? Honestly. Anyway, he's down here now. He'll be quite happy. You happy next to your mum? He's happy. Anyway, yeah. So there was a lot of back and forth over the title. And again, with the keywords and with the categories, when I put the book on Amazon, lots of help from my writer friends. I hope that I've remembered to put them all in the acknowledgement for the books, because I really, really do appreciate everything that they did to help me with that. Absolutely brilliant. And then with formatting, again, so I'm not very good with tech stuff at all, but thankfully I have a wonderful, wonderful friend who formatted it for me. We help each other out with lots of things. In fairness, I probably do owe him like a big favor for that one. I really, really do. I'll be paying that one back, especially as he's also helping me out with the NaNoWriMo book. But again, author friends, they're amazing, especially if they're good at stuff that you're not good at, so that you can kind of swap things. You know, this stuff I'm good at. I'm good at writing blurbs and things like that. I'm not good at the tech stuff. So it was very helpful to have somebody to help there. The one thing that you could technically say that I paid for was the ISBN. But in fairness, if I didn't already have ISBNs, then I would not have bought one. I would have just used the free ASIN from Amazon. But I have a lot of ISBNs because I have a publishing company that I've published books under, and in the UK anyway, you buy ISBNs and it's basically like one for something like 70 or 80 pounds, or like 5 million for kind of 200 pounds or something like that. I may be exaggerating slightly, but it was worth buying like a load of them. So I have a load of them. So it's like, well, you may as well use it. I may as well have one for the ebook and one for the paperback, and I don't know, whatever. So yeah, and I won't be spending any money on marketing either. I'm just, you know, I've got, again, wonderful author friends spreading the word for me. I've been talking about the book on my YouTube channel, on Instagram, on Twitter, and things like that. It's linked to my other books on my Amazon page, so people, when they look up for my romance books, which are already marketed by my publishers, they then see that I've got this available as well. So that's really cool. But yeah, so zero. It is possible to produce a book which I think is really good quality for £0, but not in all cases. Definitely not in all cases. And depending on the skills that you have yourself, and also like depending if you have amazing friends like I do who will really help you out. I would say that if it was a book in a different genre that I thought would have sold more, then yes, I would have paid for professional editing in particular, and there would be a marketing budget. It is purely because of the type of book that this is, that is the route that I have gone down. Well, thank you so much for joining me for this video today. I really hope that the information was useful. I can only apologize for my dog Paris. We love him, but he is a destroyer, complete destroyer. If you have enjoyed this video, please boop the like button, and if you're not subscribed already, consider subscribing to my channel because we have a lot of fun here. There's a lot of videos here now. It turns out I talk a lot, and it would be really lovely to have you hang around, and I will catch you in the next one.